Hello, and welcome to the SoberBuddy podcast, your daily boost of sober thinking and awesome life building. I'm Tara Schiller, CEO and co-founder here at SoberBuddy, and today we are going to start our SoberBuddy Sober Summer Series and talk about sober vacations. But first, remember, if you like what you hear on the podcast, you should download the SoberBuddy app for bite-sized challenges, motivation, tips, and sober tracking that will help you take your life to the next level. There are seriously so many good challenges on the app that will give you the tools you need to get and stay sober, and they're customized to your drug of choice and stage of recovery, and Buddy will even respond to your mood, which is the cutest part of the app and honestly one of my favorite parts. So definitely check it out. Okay, sober vacations. If you haven't taken a sober vacation yet and you are newly sober, that can be a really intimidating thing. I know that Megan from Sober Sisters, who runs our social media at SoberBuddy, just had her very first sober vacation and she had a blast. And so she asked you guys on Instagram, hey, how do you handle sober vacations? And I think out of everybody who commented, and we had lots of comments on it. Thank you everybody for chiming in and telling us how you handle it. I think the main point that we found is you need to have a plan. Don't just go on vacation in the way that you used to go on vacation and expect yourself to just be strong enough to handle it. You really do need to have a plan for what you're going to do to make it different. So there's a couple different areas where you can have a plan. First things first, figure out what you are going to drink. Don't think I'm going to figure it out when I get there. Have a plan, because there's going to be a major drinking culture in a lot of the places where you're vacationing. So are you going to have mocktails at a bar? If you are, do they have pre-mixed mocktails, or do you need to tell them what to give you? And make sure that that's okay for you. Some people don't like to have mocktails. It's a trigger for them. So make sure you also know, are mocktails okay for me? Can I handle them? Are they a trigger for me? If they're not, you can also look for non-alcoholic beers, or do a seltzer water with lime. That's always nice, or grapefruit. So you want to have a plan. This is what I am going to drink. So you know ahead of time, and it doesn't overly stress you when you're in the moment and you have to make that decision. The next thing that you need to figure out is, what are you going to do for fun or relaxation? Again, go with a good group of people if you can. Sometimes we don't have a choice with who we're going with, but if you can go with a good group of people that have similar interest to you, similarly aligned interest, or at least are cool with you being sober, I think that's huge. But what are you going to do for fun? What are you going to replace drinking with or using with, right? Are you going to go do active things? I know that's my favorite thing to do on vacation. Is I love to do super active things, kind of thrill seeking through activities. And then that I also realize is nice when you're not drinking, because then you're not feeling bad. You're not hungover. You can watch the sunrise on a cliff top in Hawaii, It's so kind of epic, that you're awake for that. And I also have noticed that people who are drinking and hungover don't like me in the mornings, because I'm all chipper. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Good morning. And they're like, go away. So, be aware of that too. Because I was always like, why are people so cranky with me? And I realized, because everyone's hungover and I'm just chipper and and I'm feeling great. So you'll get better sleep, you'll get more relaxation, but also, you can do active things, you can do kind of creative things. There's even some vacation programs that are centered around art and creativity and craftsmanship, which I think is super cool. But even if you're going somewhere and there's a historic site you can check out, or some kind of a trade show or craft show or something that you can go to, or even farmers markets. Those can be really cool in new areas, or if you're want to go all out and you want to go skydiving and canoeing and river rafting, that's also cool. But then there can be relaxation. So are you going to do yoga? Are you going to get a massage? So just have a plan. How am I going to make this vacation feel special? Even if it's a staycation, what am I doing that's not drinking that can make it memorable and feel like a treat? And then you need to have a plan for if you do get triggered. So let's say you've been around everything, something happens, you get triggered, you really want to drink or use, you need to have a plan for that scenario. Is there someone that you can call? Do you know of a local meeting? Some people really like to find a local meeting in the area that they're traveling to, and they like to drop in and go to that local meeting, as a practice, even if they're not triggered, just to meet new people and get out and kind of, see the scene there. But also it's just a really good booster for your vacation. So I think that's a really cool idea, is to find a local meeting. So those are kind of the three things. What will you drink? What will you do for fun and relaxation? How will you deal with triggers? If you have those three things planned out, I think that you have a high chance of having an amazing vacation that you remember and that you don't have a ton of regrets on. So everybody out there, have a great SoberBuddy Sober Summer. And I want to hear how you're doing your vacation sober. Hit us up on social media at Your Sober Buddy, and we'll chat with you there. Until next time, take it 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time. You have got this.